welcome to episode 24. I've come back a little bit early, mainly on the basis of I think if we win this game, I think we're safe. So our last games together, I think, were Port Vale and Barnsley. After that, we won against Lincoln, which I think was a surprise win, to be honest. Drew with Sheffield Wednesday. We had a surprise loss at Bolton. And then we had I want to say it's a surprise win against Wimbledon. These are the players we're looking to release. Sam Woods we're going to release. Barnett we're going to release. Stan is an important player, but he's okay. Is he Sky Bet 1 League standard at 1.4 thousand? Probably not. So I'm going to look to get him off the books. He's obviously just got injured, but he can stick around for a bit. He's not too bad. Ryan Boot's going to be going, I think. Max Martin's set for release. And obviously these set for release. I don't know who these guys are. And it says no decision made on this. It's been advised I don't offer him a contract due to our struggles financially. Anyway, let's get into the first game. So as I was saying before, there's a few injuries. So we've got Sawyer still injured. Dallas has picked up a lovely little knock that keeps him out of the squad now for 2 to 5 weeks. Fantastic all. And Casanova is obviously okay. Also 4 to 7 weeks on Casanova. So this is going to be the squad going into the game. Okay, free kick then from the off for us, and Trevitt's going to get to no, he's not. Missed controls and he goes to Gordon. Although we've picked it back up and Powell's back in possession through for Vincent on that left wing. He's going to cut inside Foster with a shot that goes over the bar. Obviously, I think these two games that we're playing now are just going to be highlights, and then we'll have the end of season report. Not get our hopes up just yet. Especially when we're it's a penalty. Doing this stupid kind of stuff. We only need a point. But we do. In fact, he goes the right way again. Still doesn't get to it. Every time. Bloody hell. Right. As I was saying. Shrewsbury lose. No. Trevor's on the ball. Trevor loses the ball. Clark picks up the ball. Into the box. Garner's there. Garner's been a fantastic success. It's going to be interesting to see who they consider the star player over the season, actually, to be fair. In the Players' Player and the Fans' Player of the Year. It's going to be quite interesting, I think. So, I think, actually, for the last game of the season, what we're going to do is we're going to do just this game, I think, because the Walsall game that I've just recorded just before this match. The Walsall game we've just recorded before this match obviously means nothing. We lost it. B, like I said, it means nothing, so I'm not going to put that into this episode. I'll have this one in there because we only need a draw, and then that seal's just done. And then I'll put the end of year review in as well, and that should be the good for the episode then. Happy days. Vincent puts it across the box. Unfortunately, there is no one across the box there to be on the other end of it. So going in at half time, things are going well. Getting shots away. Let's keep going, boys. Golding's doing well, I believe, as a Mazzala there. James Clark then. Trevitt. I think we've picked up a couple of gems there, to be honest, from the discarded youth of the Premier League teams. Garner could have put that through for him, but he didn't. Foster into the middle. What a goal for Garner again! He's on his hat-trick. Second time, actually, I think he's on his hat-trick. I think he had a hat-trick against... It might have been Wimbledon. I'll have to go back and have a look after this, see if it was Wimbledon. I think it was. Anyway. Shipley pushing it forward, but it comes to nothing. And we are now on the back foot again. They're passing it around, spinning around on circles. They ain't got a clue what to do, I don't think. So, Gordon then, and it goes nowhere. We managed to get it out, and they was not expecting our Trevitt there to come flying through like that, like a steam train. Get it into the box. Garner gets sick and pickings at it after failing at the first time, and he has indeed got his hat trick. That's fantastic. Fantastic from Garner there. He's on a 10. And then we've got a throw in for Lynn Foster. This is how we was playing when we was playing Wimbledon. This was the kind of performance we was putting in. It was absolutely amazing, to be honest, to watch. Really good. I didn't want to substitute anyone, but I had to, obviously, because there's tied people on the field. So Metcalf to Vincent. It's going to be back to Metcalf to use. It's out to Foster. Foster's under pressure to put back to Metcalf. Metcalf back to Golden. Golden's going to go through. He's going to take a shot. It's not far wide, And there's no reason why he couldn't take a shot. I think that does indeed seal us. Well done, officially safe now, so that's fantastic. So what we'll do now then is we don't have to worry about the league. We'll come back for the end of the season review. Walsall are, in fact, actually out as well, so I'll be happy to see if they manage to survive as well. That'd be, in fact, really, really good to have. Drew 1-1 against Morecambe. I think we should have won that, if I'm honest with you. But we were fortunate to just about get a draw. And then on Wickham, we were 3-1 down, managed to come back 3-3, and then we succumbed to a 4-3 defeat at the end. Anyway, so I came back because board have set the initial budget, saying that the wage budget is going to be 47 grand and the transfer budget is 231. To me, that's quite the hit, because now we are apparently overboard with that. So anyway, right then, here we are, end of season review. Let's get into it, because this could be quite interesting, if I'm honest with you. Star of the show has been Jed Garner. That's kind of, I guess, given. He was very slow in the beginning, but towards the back end of the season, he did actually a lot better, which was fantastic. Joe Powell, I think, has been fantastic as well, as seen with his average rating. Once we found him in that attacking midfield, sort of central sort of role, he sort of flourished. As I said, Josh Feeney from Aston Villa played 37 games all in, and Emery said he wasn't really playing enough, which was interesting, because every time he did play for us, he was playing central defence. However, if we do attempt to try and get him back on loan, I believe it's just like not allowing this player to leave on loan due to the poor relationship that exists between both clubs, because apparently I wasn't playing him enough. Anyway, Lewis Shipley eventually we brought in. It wasn't a loan initially, but £375,000 later. He's been fantastic for us. Jensen Metcalf, when he wasn't injured, he was really good for us. Michael Golden, he's only had a few outings for us, but of those 4 appearances, 7 substituted appearances, 2 assists, 1 goal. It's been really, really good, and I think he's only going to get better and better, if I'm honest. I mean, all the green arrows are pointing up, so that's good off the bat. Rafferty Pedder, I think he's going to be one that I'm looking to move on. From his 20 appearances, he did get 3 goals, 3 assists, but I think he can do better, or he's going to get moved on. Ryan Trevitt's been a fantastic hit, if I'm honest, from my point of view. He has only been graded a C, which is a little unfair, I think. But I think he's done fantastic. He's staying around. Kane Taylor, he was excited to join on loan. The whole deal looks to be a very good deal for money. He was quite good for us, especially towards the back end of the last bit of the season. Might see if I can try and get him on loan again next season. Who knows? Nathan Fraser, I'll be glad to see the back of him, if I'm honest. He didn't really bring us anything, and it was there was no scouting involved, so it was very, what's the word I'm looking for? Impulsive. There you go. Okonkwo, he's done well in the first half of the season, but he hasn't really lived up to his hype, especially on £2,000 a week. Holy moly. Maybe look to move him on. Philip Marshall, definitely not great. He was meant to come in as a first choice keeper, but he wasn't great, and eventually we just went back to Morosi. Simon Sawyer, I think he's been quite good, actually. His attributes and that are not really suggesting he's very good, but he was fantastic for us, I think, in the latter stages. Loans out, transfers out. I'm not really sure. They're all saying B's and C's, D's. That's disappointed that they've got rid of him, but really disappointed they got rid of Gincini to Port Vale. But looking at that, I think we did the right thing, to be honest with you. Have they even used him at Port Vale? Not really. So I think we did the right thing. Joe Sabaro's had 45 appearances down in the lower league. Lower league? I think he was in the lower league. No, he's in Sky. Yeah, Sky League 2, so that's fine. The remainder of these, Josh Kelly's only scored 8 goals. Not too fussed about that, especially when he's at Glentoran. I think we get a bit of a bonus as well when he scores a few more goals. I think it's another 12 goals or something, so that'll be fine. And I think we did well to get rid of all these, to be honest. Loans out, they've all had half decent loans. Season's results, attempt to avoid the relegations from Sky Bet League 1 was the expectation. Final position was 15th. Top scorer was Jed Garner, who's been, as I said, fantastic for us. Absolutely fantastic. A minus. We started the season incredibly badly, but then we swapped over to that 4-2-3-1, and we ended up picking off a few decent results, a couple of back-to-back results that were half decent as well, if I'm honest. Biggest win was against Shrewsbury, 4-1 win away. Match to remember, 3-1 against Port Vale, which was when we first, I think, changed to the... Oh, actually, was it? I think it was when we changed to 4-2-3-1, because it's around that time I remember seeing Port Vale. And goal of the season goes to Golding. Showed his class by scoring an effort on 23 metres, which got past the goalkeeper, which I think I've spoke of before, if I'm honest. Finances, reputation stayed the same. No new sponsorship deals or sponsorship deals for anything. Sponsorship deals actually gone down. Broadcast revenue's gone up. Corporate and hospitality's gone up. Competition money's gone way down somehow. Match day commercial and retail's gone up about 50 grand. 2,500 shirts sold. Powell, Garner, Dallas, Vincent, Pedder, all relatively good. I'd probably question Pedder, probably more Shipley or something like that, but hey ho. Apparently, this is our best 11. No surprises, it's a 4-2-3-1 wide. Tactical style is a clean slate. As I said, I did toy with the idea of having a midfield and a defensive midfielder, but it didn't really work out, so we just went with the 2 midfielders in the end, which worked out a bit better than normal. Accolades then. I've not won anything. Club Awards, Fans Player of the Year is Joe Powell. Young Player of the Season, Josh Feeney. Signing of the Season, Jed Garner. Goal of the Season, Michael Golding. Top goal scorer, we know. Most assists, we know. Most Player of the Match Awards, 7, which is pretty good for Joe Powell. Highest average rating, we know. Josh Feeney, most passes completed per 90 minutes, which is really, really good for a 19-year-old especially. Competition Awards, just Alan Drew Dallas. Sky Bet League 2 top scorer, so we didn't get anything for that one then. Record breakers, Andrew Dallas with 78 goals now for the club. Rob Ackrig debuted at 16 years, 348 days. Michael Golding, highest transfer fee paid, and I think that's going to come back and be good for us, if I'm honest, because he's really, really good. He has had an under 19s cap as well. And then obviously fastest goal was Jed Garner, which was 35 seconds. History in the making. Everything is won and lost in the heart of every season, and that's been the case for Solihull Moors. Thanks to a great run of results in the middle of the season, Moors have enjoyed a successful season campaign. That's when, obviously, like I said, we changed that 4-2-3-1. Dynamic timeline. Okay. Anything here? Interesting. Going up. That's when we got promoted. Managerial awards, one for the future, done deal. Jed Garner joined us on a free deal. Do you know what? For a free deal, I was really iffy about that as well because I didn't know if it was going to be him or Dallas, and I wasn't sure if Dallas was going to be able to cope at being League One. Lewis Shipley joining Solihull Moors in $100,000 deal. So I told you, so it's 375,000 total, but we managed to get him down from 375 400,000 initially down to 100k in the main deal, which was up front, which I thought was fantastic for this. But yeah, it didn't show that when on the transfer window, did it? It just showed it like as down as 375,000 or something straight out, and I thought that don't sound right. Anyway, and then Michael Golden was 200k. That's fantastic. Complete the free transfer sign of youngster Casper Pete. Who is this? 15 years old, under 18s, goalkeeper. Oh, this is one of the youth prospects. This is what this is. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that works out, right? And I think that brings us to the end of that. Okay, so going up to the finish. Looking over here, we've lost 5,000 on social media. Although the family have now gone up, casuals are down. It's more of a family-based affair now. Club vision moving forward then. Develop players using the club's youth system. I would love to. Problem is, our youth facilities are shocking. So if you could upgrade that, when I keep asking to, that'd be fantastic. Play possession football, they were disappointed with that. Play attacking football, satisfied, pleased with entertaining football. Well, within range budget on course, I mean, we did perfectly with that. Oh yeah, I forgot about when we had a new stadium thing come through way back. I think it was at the start of the season, in fact, that far along ago. So that's in progress. I don't think we'll see anything on that this season either. Maximum 1 year contract over 32. We're looking to bring in youth, so I'm not worried about that. 5-year plan, becoming an established League One side. Work towards repairing the club's financial damage. That's going to be hard. I'll accept. Squad dynamics are good. End of season meeting. It's time to focus on what we can achieve going forward. I think we can finish in the top half next year and to come back pre-season with the same level of ambition. They're all offended. Okay, so let's back down. They're positive about that. Positive. And I think that's enough for promises right now. Thank you. Have a good midsummer break. Thank you very much. Everyone's okay with that. New season team report. So we're definitely going to be probably looking for someone on that right wing, because that is where we're really struggling, that right wing. Dallas and Vincent can cover the left wing. Vincent's probably not going to play in that middle brick. That's going to be more Golding or Max Hagar. I don't know if we even keep Max Hagar at this point, to be fair. And I think that's it. So talking about the plans on the new stadium, which I thought was, going to be not announced or anything this season. Clearly I was wrong. So we've been granted planning permission to build a new stadium, the Bob Faulkner Stadium, named after one of Solihull Moors' heroes, for around $13.5 million. We've secured a loan for $9.5 million to help fund it. It's going to be 11,500, just over 11,500. It's going to have undersoil heating. It's projected to be completed around 2 years from now, and we are starting to build it 2 days ago, apparently. Hang on, is that right? January, February, March, April, May. 2 days ago we started building it. Additional funding for the project has been secured with a stadium sponsorship deal worth 2.2 and 4 million grants from the authorities. So that's interesting as well. Facilities have been downgraded. Let's request to improve those, because we know that's going to get rejected. Alright, cool. So that's going to wrap it up for end of season report, I guess. Look forward to season 4. So if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.